Hello again. On Friday, you all got to see me cry about how I didn't pass my exam, and I'm going to give you a little bit of an update and a little more clarification. So, the exam for my school, the final exam, required that I get a 90% in order to pass. That was 90% of my grade. So, if you don't get the 90%, you don't pass this class. Or I'm sorry, it was 80% of my grade, not 90% of my grade, but I had to receive a 90% on the test in order to pass the class. So, that being said, I got pause. There's two parts of the test. They're graded separately and then average the scores together. My score average was 77. My score for the first test was 76. Score for the second test was 78. So, together 77. I needed a 90 to pass. It was super disheartening because I've worked really hard. And in my first year of school, first year, not knowing very much, I got 90% and above every single time I took a test. There was only one test that I can recall that I got in like the 80s. And so going from my first year now into my third and fourth year, because I combined, getting 77 was really disheartening. Now, the NARM exam requires that you get, I think it's like a 76 on average. They've got three different tests. And of those three tests, you get randomly selected to have one of them. And it's somewhere around 76% that you have to get for the test that you're given in order to pass and get your license or CPM. The license, it's required to get the CPM in Michigan in order to get a license. So that's why I say licensing, but NARM actually gives CPMs. So there's a little clarification on that. So if I had taken the NARM test, I would be able to have a CPM based on the grade that I received. But that wasn't the NARM test. It was the Mercy in Action NARM prep test, which requires a 90%. The reason that they do that is so that when you go on to get the NARM test, you're almost guaranteed to pass it the first time. This test costs $1,200 for the first taking. If you don't pass it, then you don't have to pay the whole fee again, but you do have to pay to take it. So I don't know what the second time fee is. Hopefully I don't ever have to find out because I don't really want to take it twice. So there's that. There's all the information that you need to know on why I cried. And you can probably see that it was a little bit ridiculous that I did cry because, yeah, I don't need that high of a score to pass the NARM test, just to pass my final exam. Now, in that, I did retake the test. They sent out a link that I wasn't actually supposed to receive until after graduation. And so I accidentally took the test on the wrong site, not on my school site, but on this other link. And so there was a little bit of confusion and I couldn't update until now because of that. But I've got confirmation back on my first exam retake. I got 100%. Yay! I feel like that's a little bit cheating because, I mean, it's not cheating. I totally did not cheat, but I feel like it's a little less of a victory, let's say it that way, because it's the same questions. Again, I took the exact same test 2 times and it doesn't seem like it's too much of a victory to get the same questions right the second time after you can even see what they were before to be able to study what you did wrong. Anyway, 100%. I'm proud of myself, even if it does feel a little less of a victory. The second test, I made a mistake and I clicked on the test before I meant to, and then I immediately shut it down because I was like, no, I wasn't ready. I didn't study yet. And then I studied for a little bit and I went back and I was like trying to figure out why did I have access to start the test on our school website if the first one I had to take on a different link, so it didn't make any sense to me. Turns out I was supposed to be able to take both of them on the same website, on my school website, but for some reason my first test wasn't available on that site, and then I got that link, and so I was like, oh, I must be able to take it on this other site. That wasn't the case. It was just a glitch in some administrative thing. So I was supposed to take it on the Canvas, which is my school's website. And so the first one was not where I was supposed to take it. second time, or the second exam, that was where I was supposed to take it. But when I went back after having studied for, I don't know, 45 minutes and tucking my kids into bed and all the other things that I did before I went back, I was like, I should look at this and figure out why it is available here, because again, I still hadn't figured it out yet. And the timer for the test had been going since the first time I clicked it. So I had a bit of a panic, and this is a 3 hour and 45-minute allotment that you're supposed to have, and it was under an hour and 50 minutes left of the time that I was supposed to be able to take it. So forget studying. I'm going to take this test. And I got a 96. So after only an hour of studying, that one feels like a bit more of a victory. So there's my update, and you guys can all laugh with me at all of my silly technological failures, and I'm so glad. But here's the other good news. That test and one written assignment were the only things I had left in my bachelor degree program for school work to do. Now, I still have a few more things to do for live classes and paperwork that I am still working on making sure that it's finalized and that it's all taken care of, but I have no more homework assignments. 3 years of school is done. So thanks for bearing with me on this journey, and hopefully in some way this has inspired you.